Hello there, my name is Robert Kingett, and I am a consumer as well as an accessibility consultant for Libro.fm, which is an independent, it is a storefront where you can support your local independent bookstores when purchasing audiobooks. And it's very easy to use, and it's very pleasurable to use. So I'm going to briefly show you how to use the Libro.fm app using a screen reader on a mobile device. I have an iPhone here, and I'm running the latest iOS version, and this should carry to iPads as well, but I find that the app is very, very easy to use. Okay.
Explore, tab, 1 of 4.
So when you first open up the app, it's going to ask you to log in. And then after you log in, you are probably going to land on the Explore screen. And so I've moved to the Explore tab. And so we're going to explore the Explore tab.
Action, social science, button. Mystery and thriller. Biography and memoir, genres, heading. Explore, heading. Explore. Goes to invite customer page, button. Goes to bookstore details page, button. Find audiobooks, search field.
Okay, so you can choose any bookstore that you would like to support. I've chosen a bookstore here in Chicago that has really, I just like the bookstore that I chose.
December influencer ALCs, heading.
So one thing that you might not see on your Explore tab is the advanced listener copies. I am a member of their ALC program, which allows me to pick from a curated list of advanced listener copies every month. Now, the best way to move through this app is to swipe left and right. So to move forward, you would swipe to the right. To move backward, you would swipe to the left. If you would like a more in-depth demonstration on using VoiceOver, I would highly recommend you checking out Apple this. But this is going to be a overview of the app. So let's scroll through here and see what influencer titles are present.
We Deserve Monuments, by James Hammonds, sign, Sunflower. The Night Before Christmas, by Clement C. Moore, bird, sign.
Okay, so that appears to be pretty fun. But let's continue swiping to the right.
Liar, Dreamer, Thief, by Maria Dong, art, sign. Where We Go When All We Were Is Gone, by Sequoia Nagamatsu, adult, The Bird Tattoo, by Dunaya Mikhail, foliage. The Tatama Galaxy, by Tomohiko Morimi, adult, sign, Mom, by Jessica George, illustrate, Screaming on the Inside, by Jessica Groves, Financial Feminist, by Tori Dunlap, adult, magazine, sign, The Passenger, by Cormac McCarthy, adult, Stella Maris, by Cormac McCarthy, adult, All the Dangerous Things, by Stacey Willingham, What we loved in 2022. Libro.fm staff favorites. As you may be able to guess, our team loves books. Here are our favorite books we read in 2022.
Okay. I want to briefly show you the menu tab, which is a tab to the very far right at the bottom of the screen. We're going to show purchasing a little bit later, but for now we're going to show what the settings do and choosing a bookstore, and then we're going to go to our shop. Then we're going to go shopping for a book. Then we're going to explore the library and player and more. Okay.
Search. Tab. Menu. Tab.
So
404.
we're going to go to menu. And
Menu. Heading. You have 3 credits. The bookseller. Wish list.
okay, so that is a bookstore
The bookseller.
that I have chosen. And when you first log in to the app, it'll say something to the effect of choose a bookstore here, but you can choose any kind of bookstore you want. So let's go in here really quickly
In progress. Menu. Back button.
and choose a bookstore.
Your bookstore. Heading. Call. Button. Website. Button. The next time you come to Chicago's Lincoln Square neighborhood, be sure to Chicago. IL. Change your bookstore. Button.
And I'm swiping to the right. So we have change bookstores. So you go in here.
Your bookstore. Back button. Choose a bookstore. Heading. Name. City. State or country. Search field.
So let's
Search field.
choose.
Search field is editing. Name.
Let's
City.
choose.
T. E.
Let's
D.
choose
D.
Texas.
D. T. 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 E. E. X. X. A. A. S. S. Search. Search. Selected. Menu. Tab. 4 of no search results. Cancel. Button.
Oh,
Texas. Search field.
okay. Well, that's interesting. Okay, let's
Insertion
try
point at end.
Chicago.
S. A. X. E. T. C. C. H. H. I. I. C. C. A. A. G. G. O. O. Search. Search. Selected. Menu. Curbside books and records. City Lit Books. Chicago. IL. Bookish Chicago. Chicago. Bookies. Bookish City Lit Books. Chicago.
Okay,
IL.
so after you hit the search key on the keyboard, there is going to be a list, and then you just swipe through the list.
Curbside books and records. Book joint. Chicago. Exile in Bookville. Libreria Duran. Madison Street Books. Printed. Chicago. Hills and Community Books. Roscoe Books. Rose Cafe. Sandmeyer's Bookstore. Semicolon Bookstore. Seminary Co-op Books. The Bookseller. Chicago. IL. 3 Avenues Bookshop. Unabridged Bookstore. Chicago. IL. Alert. Choose Bookstore.
And I've chosen the unabridged bookstore.
You are about to change the bookstore you support through Libro.fm from the Bookseller to Unabridged Bookstore. Cancel. Button. Confirm. Button.
And as you can see, a dialog has popped up, and we can confirm the change.
Unabridged is known for its dedicated and knowledgeable staff and the staff's handwritten personal recommendations. Unabridged has an unparalleled sale book section, and an award-winning children's section, an extensive travel room, and offers a great selection of fiction and poetry. Chicago. IL. Change your bookstore. Button. Now play in progress. 11%. Change your bookstore. Button.
Okay, so let's go back
Menu. Back button. Menu.
to the menu.
Menu. Heading. You have 3 credits. Unabridged books. Wish list. Invite a friend. Help and facts. Our story. Settings.
And this is just swiping through
Now play. Settings.
the menu. Let's go into settings.
App options. App options. Heading. Settings. App options. Theme. Select device to automatically follow the appearance selection located in your device settings. Light. Button. 1 of. Selected. Device. Button. Dark. Button. 3 of. Use cellular data. Use cellular data to download books when Wi-Fi is unavailable. Data fees may apply. Switch button. Off.
And this is pretty self-explanatory. Now I have this turned off, but I would like to turn it on.
On.
Okay. Now that it's on.
Cloud Sync. Syncs your listening position, bookmarks, and folders between your devices. Switch button. On. Your location. United States of America. 60,625. Button. Playback. Heading.
Okay. Let's go back.
Menu. Back button. Menu. Settings. Now play in progress. Mini player now playing. Devoted. Invite a friend.
And
Wish list.
let's briefly go into the wish list.
Your wish list is empty. Black Love Matters. Jessica P. Pride.
Okay.
Wish list. Black Love Matters. Jessica. Menu. Button. More. Black Love Matters. Jessica P. Menu. Daughter of the Blood. Anne Bishop. Menu. Black Love Matters. Jessica P. Heading not found.
Okay. Let's go in here and go into the book details because I'd like to show you a few. Actually, let's go and search for a book.
Menu. Back button. Menu. Wish list. Unabridged bookstore.
Let's go
Library. Tab. 2 of 4.
to the tab at the bottom.
Search. Tab. 3 of 4.
And let's go to search.
Search. Heading. Title. Author or narrator. Search field. Insertion point at end. Search field. Is editing. Title. Author or narrator. Character mode. Insertion point at start.
Now, the book I'm looking for is Shooter by Walter Dean Myers. So we're going to type Shooter.
Cap S. Cap S. H. H. O. 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 T. T. E. E. R. R. Search. 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 Back button. Smockin 6 shooter. By Sharpshooter. By Smockin 6 shooter. Straight shooter. By Sort audiobooks. Filter off. Sort straight shoot. Smockin Sharpshooter. Smockin 6 shooter. The Silver Shooter. Once a Shooter. By T. Married to the Shooter. By Sharpshooter. Shooter. By Dahlia West. Ralph Compton Straight. Troubleshooter. Shooter's Point. By Gary Phil. Shooter. By Dusty Rhodes. Shooter. By Gunnery Sergeant. Shooter. By Walter Dean From a Taller. Shooter. By Walter Dean Myers.
There we go. Okay. So when the search results came up, I just swiped left and right to cycle through these. Swiping right moves forward and swiping left reverses the direction. So we're going to go into Shooter by Walter Dean Myers here.
Selected. Shooter. Audiobooks. Back button. Share. Button. Shooter. By Walter Dean Myers. Link. Narrated by Chad Coleman, Bernie McInerney, Michelle Santopietro. Link.
Okay.
3 hours 36 minutes. Get audiobook. 1 credit. Button.
And so one thing to keep in mind is that you do need credits to purchase audiobooks through the app. If you don't have credits and if you would like to purchase a book using your credit card, the only way to do this currently is through the website. If you do have credits, you can purchase books through the app if you have credits. So luckily I do have 3 credits, but I want to show you the description and things like that on here. So to get to the description, you would swipe to the right.
Send gift. Button. Wish list. Button. Sample. The groundbreaking and widely praised novel about a school shooting, from the acclaimed author of Monster, multiple narratives, a personal journal, and newspaper and police reports add perspective and pull readers into the story. Questions of guilt and innocence drive the plot and stay with the reader, said Hazel Rochman in a Start Book List review. Highly readable. A haunting story that uncovers the pain of several high school students. According to teenwords.com, it explores the tragedies of school violence and how the result of bullying can go to the most dramatic extreme. Myers has a gift for expressing the voices of his characters. Shooter is not a light read, but it will leave you reeling. Audiobook details. ISBN 97800. Length 9. ISBN.
That should say ISBN.
978. Length 3 hours 36 minutes. File size 120 millibars. Button. Language English. Button. Publisher HarperCollins. Button. Publication date February 21st, 2000. Edition. Unabridged. Button. Now play in progress. 11%. Unabridged. Edition.
Now, let's say that I really like this author and I wanted to find more books by that author. So we would use our actions rotor to switch to links.
Characters. Speaking rate. Words. Headings. Characters. Speaking rate. 65%.
Okay, that's very interesting. Okay, so we're gonna have to go back.
Questions of guilt and the groundbreak. Sample.
Up.
Wish list. Sent give. Get audiobook. 1 credit. 3 hours 36 minutes. Narrated by by Walter Dean Myers. Link.
Okay, so Walter Dean Myers, that's a link. So we would click on that.
No suggestions available. Heading. Walter Dean Myers. Now playing Walter Dean. Authors. Heading. Walter Dean Myers.
And so one thing to keep in mind is that when you choose the links on the book's details page, that's not going to show you results right away. It's going to take you to a kind of suggestion kind of page where you have to choose who you're looking for per se. So in this case, it's
Authors. Heading.
authors.
Walter Dean Myers.
Walter Dean Myers. Now, if we were to select narrators, the same thing would apply here. So we're going to tap on Walter Dean Myers.
0 results. 0 results. Heading. Filter audiobooks. Button. Heading.
And
43 results. Heading.
it might say 0 results at first, but you got to give it a few seconds in order for the database to load. And then way at the very top,
Audiobooks. Heading.
you can see
43 results. Heading.
the number of results.
Filter audiobooks. Sort audiobook. Filter audiobooks. Button.
And
Heading.
so let's say that we wanted to filter the audiobooks.
Close. Button. Actions available.
When we open the filter menu,
Filter audiobooks. Format. Unabridged. 41. Not selected. Abridged. 2. Not selected. Actions available. Language. Actions of English. 43. Not selected. Actions available.
we have a list here that has a lot of criteria. So we're going to select English because that is my primary language.
Selected. English. 43. Length. Heading. Less than 1 hour. 7. 1 to 3 hours. 9. 3 to 6 hours. 22. 6 to 10 hours. 4. Genres. Heading. Children's. 29. Yeah, fiction. 12. Not history. 3. Not short stories. 3. Not yeah, nonfiction. 3. Not selected. Actions available.
And this is just swiping to the right here.
Politics and economy. 2. Nonfiction. 2. Apocalyptic and dystopian. 1. Westerns. 1. Sports and recreation. Romance. 1. Poetry. 1. Not country availability. Heading. Show all titles. Selected. United States of America. Not selected. Other. Select below. Not select country. Filter audiobooks. Button. Actions available.
Okay. So once you have chosen your criteria, we're going to select filter audiobooks. Now I do want to go back and select romance by him.
Other. United States. Show all. Country of poetry. Romance. Sports and Western. Sports. Romance. 1. Not selected. Romance. Poetry. Country of. Show. United States of America. 1 to 3 hours. 1. Genres. Romance. Yeah, fiction. 1. Country availability. Show all titles. United States of America. Not selected. Other. Select country. Picker. Filter audiobooks. Button. Search. Back button.
Okay, so now
Audiobooks. Heading. 1 result. Heading.
we have one result because we've filtered the results.
Filter audiobooks. Button. Sort audiobooks. Remove English filter. Button. Remove romance filter. Button. Street Love. By Walter Dean Myers.
And if you'd like to remove any of the filters,
Remove romance filter. Button.
you could just go to the filter and then hit remove.
Selected. Remove romance filter. Street Love. By Walter. Remove English filter. Button. What They Found. By Walter Dean. Malcolm X. The Legend of Tariq. Street Love. 145th. Frederick Douglass. It Ain't All for Nothing. The Harlem Hellfighter. The Blues of Flats Juba. By On a Clear Day. By Walter Dean Myers.
So let's try to find shooter again.
Harlem Summer. Crystal. The Glory Field. Somewhere in the Invasion. Slam. Oh. Darius and A Star is Born. All the Rights. Fallen Angel. We Are America. Guys Read. Checkmate. Kick. Looking Like Me. The Cruisers. Lockdown. Here in Harlem. Riot. Darnell Rock. Dope Sick. The Greatest. Scorpions. Sunrise Over Falud. Monster. Jazz. By Bad Boy. Shooter. By Walter Dean Myers. Selected. Shooter. By Walter Dean. Audiobooks. Back button. Share. Button. Shooter. By Walter Dean Myers. Narrated by Chad Cole. 3 hours 36 minutes. Get audiobook. 1 credit. Button.
Okay, so when I select get audiobook,
Get alert. Do you want to add to your library for 1 credit?
yes I do.
Cancel. Button. OK. Button. Audiobooks. Back button.
Okay, so now
Share. Button. Shooter.
the book has been added to my library, so we're going to go to my library now.
Library. Tab. 2 of 4. Selected. Library. Tab. 2 of 4. Listening. 10. Button. Bookish People. By Susan Call. Book. Bookshelf.
And here
Explore image.
we have
Activate. Default.
a wide array of
Demon Copperhead. By Liberation Day. By George. The Wind at My Back. Meredith. Alone. Devoted. By Dean Koontz. Oak Tree. Library. Heading. All audiobooks. Heading. See all. 106. Button. Heading.
okay, so all the audiobooks.
Shooter. By Walter Dean Myers. Book. Illustrations. Sign. See all. 106. Button.
Okay,
Heading.
so one thing I do want to show you is that when we go to view the whole entire library, so when you get to the library screen, it's going to show you your most recent titles, but I want to
All audiobooks.
see
Heading.
my whole library.
Library. Heading. Library. All audio. See all. 106. Button. Heading.
But the library also has a criteria that you can filter down. So books that you're currently in the process of reading, books you've finished, books that you haven't started yet. Those criteria are here as well, but we're going to go to all library.
The Tatama Galaxy. A novel. By Thomas Shooter. By Walter Dean Myers. Narrated by Chad Coleman. Bernie McInerney. Michelle Santopietro. 3 hours 36 minutes. Unfinished. Sort audiobooks. Button. Filter audiobooks. Button. Heading. 106 audiobooks. Filter audiobooks. Button. Heading.
Okay, so we can filter these. We can sort them.
Sort audiobooks. Sort audiobooks. Publication date. Newest. Publication date. Oldest. Title. AC. Title. Z. Length. Longest. Length. Shortest. Series. Newest first. Series. Oldest first. Sort audiobooks. Button. Sort audiobooks. Button.
Okay, so
Title. Publication date. Oldest. Not selected. Apply. Publication. Publication date. Oldest. Not selected. Title. Title. ZA. Length. Length. Shortest. Series. Newest. Series. Oldest. Sort audiobooks. Button. Library. Back button. All audiobooks. 106. Filter audiobooks. Sort audio. Shooter. By Walter Dean Myers. Narrated by Chad Coleman. Bernie McInerney. Michelle Santopietro. 3 hours 36 minutes. Unfinished. Not downloaded. Select to hear audiobook information. Download. And more.
So
Actions available.
one thing I would like to show you here is that when you go into your whole library, you have rotor actions here. So you can swipe up or down,
Synopsis.
and you can either hear the synopsis
Audiobook details.
or hear the audiobook details,
Archive.
or you can archive it,
Mark is finished.
which means that you technically remove it from your library view. It can still be accessed, but it's going to be much harder.
Download audiobook. Activate. Default. Download audio. Mark is finished. Download audio. Activate. Synopsis.
Okay, so let's say that we want to hear the details of the audiobook.
Audiobook details.
So we swipe up or down to the audiobook details. Then we...
Audiobook details. Shooter. By Walter Dean Myers. Narrated by Chad Coleman. Bernie McInerney. Michelle Santopietro. 3 hours 36 minutes. Unfinished. Not downloaded. Select to hear audiobook information. Download. And more.
Okay,
Synopsis.
so let's hear the synopsis.
The groundbreaking and widely praised novel about a school shooting, from the acclaimed author of Monster, multiple narratives, a personal journal, and newspaper and police reports add perspective and pull readers into the story. Questions of guilt and innocence drive the plot and stay with the reader, said Hazel Rochman in a Star Booklist review. Highly readable. A haunting story that uncovers the pain of several high school students. According to teenwords.com, it explores the tragedies of school violence and how the result of bullying can go to the most dramatic extreme. Myers has a gift for expressing the voices of his characters. Shooter is not a light read, but it will leave you reeling.
Okay, well, let's
Audiobook details.
actually play this.
Archive. Mark is finished. Download audiobook. Activate. Default.
So we're gonna go in here,
Shooter.
and then we're gonna go
Share. Button. Shooter.
to download it.
By Walter Dean Myers. Narrated by Chad Coleman. 3 hours 36 minute. Download audiobook. Button. Alert. No internet connection. Please connect to the internet and try again. Okay. Button.
Oh, that's interesting. I should have internet.
Okay. Button. Download audiobook. Button. Stop download.
There it goes.
Download completed.
Okay, so now the download is complete,
Play.
and I want to show you the player now. So we're gonna play the audiobook,
Play. All audiobooks. Back button.
and we're gonna stop it very quickly because
Harper Audio presents
3.
Shooter
Progress. 0.
by Walter
Pause.
Dean
Options.
Myers.
Pause. Button.
Read in order of appearance.
Pause.
yeah. So YouTube don't want the channel to be flagged. Okay, so now we're gonna go
Options. Button.
to the player options here.
Progress. 0%.
Actually, we're going to explore
3. Narrated by Chad
The
Coleman. Bernie McInerney. Michelle
player
Santopietro.
screen.
Link. By Walter Dean. Shooter. Share. Button. All audiobooks. All audiobooks. Back. Share. Button. Shooter. By Walter Dean Myers. Link. Narrated by Chad Coleman. Bernie. 3 hours 36 minutes left. Progress. 0%. Play. Button. Options. Button. Send gift. Button. The groundbreaking and widely praised novel about a send gift. Options. Button. Explore. Mini player skip. Mini player play. Mini player skip back. Button.
There it goes. Okay.
Mini player now playing. Shooter.
I went to the bottom of the screen and then I swiped left from the tabs at the bottom to get to the mini player. So when you get to the mini player, the way to open it is you go to the book's title within the mini player.
Mini player now playing. Shooter. Close. Button.
And once you double tap it, it opens up.
Car mode. Button. Share. Button. Share. Track 1 of 26. 3 hours 36 minutes 0%. 0. 12 elapsed. 0. 18 remaining. Adjustable. Play. Button. 0. 12 elapsed. 0. 18 remaining. Adjustable.
Okay, so swiping left or right will get you to the controls. For progress, like if you want to skip forward or something, and if you don't want to use the buttons,
3 hours. 0. 12 elapsed. 0. 18 remaining. Adjustable.
you can go here, and then you can swipe up or down.
0. 15 elapsed. 0. 18 elapsed. 0. 21 elapsed. 0. 24 elapsed. 0. 21 elapsed. 0. 18 elapsed. 0. 15 elapsed. 0. 0. 12 elapsed. 0. 0. 9 elapsed. 0. Play. Button. Pause.
Read in order of appearance by Bernie McInerney,
Pause. Button.
Chad Coleman, and Michelle Santo Pietro.
Play.
Okay.
Skip back 15 seconds. Skip forward 15 seconds. 0. Play speed. 1.0. Sleep timer. Button. Play speed. 1.0x. Button.
So you can do a lot of things in this player. You can change the speed. You can set a bookmark.
Sleep timer. Button.
You can set sleep timer.
Audio routes. Bookmark. Button. Audio route. Sleep timer. Button.
And you could even play these on like a Bluetooth speaker. So let's say, for example, that you have your Amazon device hooked up to your iPhone, and you can play these through Bluetooth.
Audio routes.
But we're not going to do that today.
Bookmark. Button.
We're going to show you how to insert a bookmark.
Alert. Create new bookmark.
So when you click on the bookmarks menu, you'll see
For track 1 at 0. 18.
create a bookmark, and then it's going to give you the track name as well as
Text field. Is editing. Note. Optional. Character
The,
mode. Insertion. For track 1 at 0. 18. Text field. Is editing. Note. Optional. Character mode. Insertion point at start.
a spot where you can type in a private note.
Cancel. Button. Save. Button. Close. Button. Car mode. Button.
Okay, so now that we have set a bookmark, let's go to the bookmark.
Share. Track 1. 3 hours 36 minutes 0%.
So let's go to the bottom where
Play. Skip back. Skip forward 15 seconds. 0. 0. 9 elapsed. 0. 21 remaining. Button.
our bookmarks are currently at.
Play speed. 1 point. Sleep timer. Audio routes. Bookmark. Button. Tracks and bookmarks. Button. Tracks and bookmarks. Button.
Okay, so tracks and bookmarks, it is going to be at the very bottom of the screen. So you'd want to go in here.
Tracks and bookmarks. Track 1. 0. 30. Selected. Button.
So when you first open up this menu,
Bookmarks. Button. 2 of 2.
you're going to land on chapters. So you want to switch over to bookmarks.
Track 1. Bookmarks. Button. 2. Selected. Bookmarks. 2 of 2.
And so you would swipe left to get to
Tracks. Button. 1 of 2.
the tabs. Then you would select
Selected. Bookmarks. Button. 2 of 2.
bookmarks.
Track 1. 0. 18. Added on 12/14/22 at 4:56 a.m. Button. Actions available.
Then there's your bookmark. Now here you have road actions in here too. So from here, we can actually do things like
Delete.
delete,
Activate. Default. Delete. Performed action. Delete. Adding bookmarks. When you're listening to an audiobook, tap the bookmark icon to mark your current spot. When you're listening to an audiobook, adding bookmark. Selected. Bookmark. Tracks. Tracks and bookmarks. Close. Button. Closing screen. Close. Button.
Okay. Let's demonstrate changing a chapter or track.
Car mode. Button. Audio routes. Sleep timer. Audio route. Bookmark. Button. Bookmark. Alert. Create new
So-
bookmark.
Oops,
Create new book for track 1 at 0. 8. Create new bookmark.
I accidentally hit the wrong thing.
Close. Button.
Okay,
Sleep timer. Button. Audio routes. Bookmark. Tracks and bookmark. Tracks and bookmarks. Button.
so tracks and bookmarks.
Track 1. 0. Close. Button.
And now when this menu opens, we're going to go to,
Tracks and bookmarks.
excuse me, when this menu opens, it's going to take you to tracks.
Selected. Tracks. Button. Bookmarks. Button. Track 1. 0. 30. Track 2. 1. 28. Button. Closing screen.
Harrison County School
Close.
Safety
Button.
Committee. Threat Analysis Report. Submitted by
Track 2 of 20. 3 hours.
Dr.
0.
Jonathan
Pause.
Margulies,
Button.
Superintendent.
Play.
Quickly pause it. Okay, so that is a very brief tour of the Libro.fm app for iOS. And if you have any questions, I'd be more than happy to answer them. And I hope that this was a great getting started guide for for Apple devices. And thank you for watching.